I want to tell a short story. So I was speaking to EXO, I think yesterday, and I was speaking about this concept of colonization.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to use it in the term that people know, but going to this thing of knowing better. One of the reasons our families are so broken and messed and we have generational curses and the like is because some of the younger people who know better, they try to speak to the elders, they try to challenge, and they get told you're young. What do you know, etc. And then they leave, they move. They could move to the city, they could move overseas, etc. And my whole thing was, if you know better, you almost have a responsibility to go and colonize your family. You almost have a responsibility to go and challenge your elders, defeat them, and then create new systems that are better. Whether it's the Cadres, the Jews, whoever you want, you're like, I have seen better for the family. I've seen gentler. You almost have a responsibility to be like, I will go fight and I will defeat my own family for better for all of us. I mean, we speak about Oshaka Zulu and consolidating the Zulu nation. Today, in retrospect, people are like, that was a good thing. At the time, it wasn't. Mm-hmm. At the time when you're challenging things, it's not. But if you claim to know better and then you argue with your mom and she's like, this is how we've always done it. I will spend 100,000 on your graduation. You're like, no. You're like, I will challenge you. You dare have that graduation. Watch what's going to happen. And I want to make it a point so that the next time you guys host anyone else's graduation and you're taking out loans that are going to strangle this family, I will rock up to each and every one of them and I will destroy them. Okay. Because I need you guys to change. And I will fight you and you will hate me. In 2 generations, in a generation, in a few years' time, when people are like, this family doesn't do that anymore. Because Lesego at some point said, until you have built a business and that business is passively funding graduation parties, you will not have a graduation party. So we created a new family culture.
Agreed. That part, I can agree with that. But the term privilege we use very loosely. I take exceptional offense when people say, I am where I am because certain family members enable me to be there. It is privilege. It is privilege when nobody in the DNA sweats for it anymore. That's what privilege is. White people have years of privilege. You cannot begin to say your first pool of BEE are privileged. Yes, they got a lot of money, but that money could have conditions. I don't know, but I'm saying it will be privilege when the Mandela's grandchildren lived 10 times better than what he lived, or he was supposed to have lived, right? It is privilege only then. It's like saying, I have this, we fight about this always with my mom. The term choice, the word choice, it's based on where you're sitting. You know, my mom used to say, you always have a choice, Lesego, to do right. And I'm like, you're wrong. It's not the same as a person that comes from everything. Their choices are better. Because their choices are better, their circumstances are better, right? So they're already a step ahead. We also need to be honest with that. The fact that we are reminded, 30 years, it's 30 years, we must move on. This B must fall off the table. Maybe it needs to be changed. There's a need for skilled Black people to participate in the government value chain. There is a need, technical skills and so forth, right? And we have a large number of white people that don't have qualification, have experience. When do we speak about how we merge the two and enable a country to get better, right? That's one. There's a hate from farmers, Afrikaner Boere farmers, largely not liking the Black farmers because the perception is that Black farmers are given. They neglect the fact that they were also, their generational wealth is also given because these farms are passed down, right? When the shoe's on the other side, it's always easy to have an opinion. It's how you deal, right? My issue is I'm tired of having discussions about what the problems are. I think we know what the problems are in this country. The question is, what are we doing about them? Are we going to continue perpetuating the same vicious cycle? My daughter's going to grow up in the same vicious cycle that I grew up in. Her only voice is going to be limited to the platforms I created for her, relationships I created for her, or her voice is genuinely going to resonate and going to speak an African tale. Look at this classic situation. The us and them syndrome. We had the rugby. No game was cut offline. We were all connected. There's no load shedding. Yeah, soccer we didn't. 'Cause we had the us and them syndrome. We had the rugby. No game was cut offline. We were all connected. 'Cause we had the us and them syndrome. We had the rugby. No game was cut offline. We were all connected. Let that sink in for a second.
Never mind soccer, the matric exams.
Yeah, even that. I was going to go there.
Yeah. There was load shedding during matric exams.
That should tell you about the level of education, what we think of it, right? And we quietly, in an ideal world, we say, let's all start from scratch. In an ideal world, let's race, right? Let's see who gets there. But the system is rigged to a point where if you join the system, you're either going to conform at some point, right, and accept it and take what they give you,
yes,
or you're going to be labeled as crazy. I mean, I'm uncontrollable, I'm told. And I laugh about it and I say, who has tried to speak to me and I did not listen or did not raise an opposing view that is legitimate, right? Who? In a beautiful world, I wouldn't be sitting here with you. I would have probably quadrupled my business in 2 years with the monies that we lost.
You wouldn't be sitting here with me.
I'd be sitting, not now.
But you'd be sitting here with me.
I'd sit down with you at some point, but I'm saying I'd be making more money.
Yeah, you'd be making more money, but you'd be sitting with me.
At some point it would happen,
yeah,
right? But all I'm saying is that time would limit you, right?
I hear you.
And maybe...
Hey, Sponga, the business losses. Hey, at least we get to sit with Lesego now.
So it also forced me to listen to myself. I don't like platforms for 2 reasons. We create matters out of people, right?
Create?
Matters out of people. Matters.
What's that?
Like we create godlike complexes in people. Let me give you an example. And forgive me, I don't know the gent.
Which gent?
I'm going to mention. I think he's an exceptional talent. I just think my view, how he's doing things, could have done them differently. You'd be way ahead. Is it called Crazy Socks Boo or something?
Oh, Boo Skinny Socks.
Yeah, him. Like,
Crazy Socks Boo.
Yeah, him. So, sorry, man.
I think it was Pusi Songwenya, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
Is his name.
I apologize, my good man. He's an amazing talent, right? And I think he probably missed the buck. And these are people I try to work with. So I'm creating this crazy thing right now, three moving pieces. What I'm creating currently is going to enable your average person that's designing, that has a label, trying to get it out, to have a pop-up store in a mall for free, but not his alone, him and a number of people, and leverage that and sell.
That's dope. But isn't that what Young Designers Emporium was trying to do? YD?
But they failed because they were marginalizing a certain group of people.
Sure. But they were trying.
They were trying.
So we can improve on
listen to the difference. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nothing is new under the sun. Then you take Edcon is losing a lot of money.
It's been.
It employs a lot of people. It's losing a lot of money because most businesses in South Africa have not yet conformed to that 21st century of doing business. And
you want to fire people?
No. You're not hiring people. I'm saying you're creating value adds. You're not taking away from them. You're creating value adds. And the value adds can only exist when we do a revenue share. We cannot be bringing value adds and being told, you're a delivery boy, you deliver it, now get off the table, leave. We are walking in the room and we are saying, I am present. I am actionable and I'm participating. And by doing that, we'll have lesser people breaking into your house because we all are playing our part. The problem with this economy is that this economy is not inclusive. We can stand here and argue till Timbuktu. It is not inclusive. We lost the deal with about $220 million for the record in Rwanda. Because
$220 million
for 5 years, yes, because
Jesus
I was struggling to get my bank to help me sort out a guarantee process for the client. And all the bank could say is, oh yeah, we're sorry.
A guarantee process?
Yeah. That they needed to, in terms of them dealing with the guys that side and creating a process where payment was, you can create those things on your own, but because money is coming from outside, you need to be smart about how you do them. Because also, it needs to be done in a method that creates comforts for both sides.